Question 847. Regarding the relationship between a broker and her salesperson, the broker is an employer and the salesperson is a independent contractor, b special agent, c employee, d either A or C. Correct answer is D. Either A or C. According to the real estate law, a salesperson is the broker's employee. But for tax purposes, the salesperson usually is considered an independent contractor. Question 848. The California real estate law is included in a section of the state's regulations code called the A. California Code of Regulations for Business, b Business and Professions Code, c Administrative Law Guide for Professionals, d Ethical Conduct Code. Correct answer is b Business and Professions Code. The Business and Professions Code sections 10,000 to 10,580 contain the Real Estate Law of California, aka the License Law. Along with the Real Estate Commissioner's regulations, the license law regulates the profession and protects the public from incompetent, immoral, or fraudulent real estate agents. Question 849. The top salesperson at a real estate agency informs his broker that he is leaving the agency and going to work for another broker. His current broker should a contact the other broker and threaten to report him to the authorities for stealing his salesperson, b return the license certificate to the salesperson, c not return the license certificate to the salesperson until he has made at least one more sale as compensation for the departure, d return the license certificate to the salesperson and immediately notify the real estate commissioner of his departure. Correct answer is d return the license certificate to the salesperson and immediately notify the real estate commissioner of his departure. A broker must notify the real estate commissioner if a salesperson transfers their license to a new broker. The broker must return the license certificate to the salesperson and notify the commissioner as soon as possible about the licensee's departure. The new broker must similarly notify the commissioner within 5 days of the salesperson's arrival. Question 850. Warhol promises to pay Wyeth $2,000 if Wyeth paints Warhol's house. Midway through the job, the house is destroyed in an earthquake. If Wyeth sues Warhol for payment, Wyeth will likely a win, according to the legal doctrine of restitution, b win, according to the legal doctrine of reliance, c lose, because it is not Warhol's fault that the house was destroyed, d lose, because the subject of the painting contract the house has been destroyed. Correct answer is a win, according to the legal doctrine of restitution. Usually, restitution is awarded in situations where one party has provided a benefit to another party under a contract and that contract turns out to be unenforceable, as when the subject matter of the contract is destroyed. Restitution is used to pay the party providing the benefit for its reasonable value. Question 851. When can a broker, acting as the seller's agent, refuse to submit an offer to the seller from a potential buyer? A. If the broker's business associate has submitted an offer, b. If the owner is considering another offer, c. If the owner has provided the broker with specific instructions not to accept any further offers, d. Never, all offers must be presented. Correct answer is c. If the owner has provided the broker with specific instructions not to accept any further offers. A broker must submit any offer unless it is clearly frivolous or the seller has expressly informed the broker not to submit any further offers. Question 852. A major difference between real property and personal property is a. Real property depreciates in value, personal property does not. b. Real property can be leased, personal property cannot. c. Real property is immovable, personal property can be moved. d. Real property can be paid for on an installment plan, personal property cannot. Correct answer is c. Real property is immovable, personal property can be moved. Real property, land, is immovable, while personal property, such as a car or jewelry, of course can move with its owner. Question 853. When two parties in a contract compose a new contract as a replacement, it is called a Reliction, B. Novation, C. Evulsion, D. Accession. Correct answer is B. Novation. Novation can either be the substitution of a new party into an existing contract, or the substitution of a new obligation for an existing one. Question 854. When an agent is showing several properties to a potential client, she should do all of the following, except A. Choose homes that meet the client's needs. B. Provide scorecards for the client to rate the properties. C. Start the tour in the most impressive room in the house. D. Use technical jargon throughout the tour. Correct answer is D. Use technical jargon throughout the tour. An agent should try to educate potential purchasers, but not overdo it. Technical jargon in any profession can create confusion and misunderstanding for those not in the know. Question 855. Ruby owns a tire store. In consideration for an option to buy a parcel of land from Betsy, Ruby offered Betsy 4 free tires. Assuming that the other elements of a valid option are present, the option is A. Invalid. Tires cannot serve as consideration. B. Valid, if the value of the tires exceeds $400. C. Valid, if Betsy accepts the tires as consideration. D. Valid, if Betsy owns a car. Correct answer is C. Valid, if Betsy accepts the tires as consideration. Consideration can be in the form of goods, with no minimum value requirement. As long as the optionee accepts the consideration as having some value, then the offer is supported by consideration and legal. Question 856. To hold real property as a tenant in common, parties must A. Have undivided interests. B. Be married to each other. C. Have equal interests. D. Inhabit the property. Correct answer is A. Have undivided interests. For 2 or more persons to hold title to the same property as tenants in common, they are required to hold an undivided interest. An undivided interest means not specifying the interests of each party by percentage or description of a portion of the real estate. Property, you cannot designate which 1/3 of the property you own. Question 857. Surveys show that classified ads are most commonly used by people, blank, as their primary method for finding real estate properties. A. In their 50s. B. In their 30-40s. C. In their 20s. D. In all age groups. Correct answer is A. In their 50s. Those under 50 are more likely to rely primarily on the internet in search of properties. Question 858. The Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act, RESPA, designed to protect consumers from abuses by loan servicers, applies to all of the following, except A. Requiring lenders to provide loan applicants with good faith estimates of closing costs within 3 days of their application. B. Compelling closing agents make a uniform settlement statement available to the buyer at least 1 day before closing. C. Loan transactions being used for temporary financing, such as a bridge loan. D. A borrower being pressured to make excessive contributions to an escrow account designed to cover recurring costs like taxes and insurance. Correct answer is C. Loan transactions being used for temporary financing, such as a bridge loan. Also within 3 days of receiving a loan application, RESPA requires lenders to provide applicants with a mortgage servicing disclosure statement revealing whether the lender intends to service the loan or transfer it to a different servicer.